Okay. How do I pull up the YouTube chat? It should be there. Cool. Wish I could figure out how to make clouds look good, but I have no idea.
Food for thought, but we haven't even run into any enemies yet. And either way, our job here is to help save the kingdom from famine. What is motivating?
Clouds have
State 5 is inaccessible, so
strange quality. If the light, I guess, is hitting them.
a bit more light on the suggested darker undertone. It's a demo, the type of thing that plays.
If my son is over here,
Playing through pre-recorded portions of the game. Here, the demo shows
then
they're wandering through the woods, and whenever they come across a townsperson,
let's see if I can't get a grip on these.
scream and they're gone. Is this supposed to be the night? Is this the point
I don't
of
like
view
that.
of another entity? Perhaps this beast, the basilisk, returned from the dead? Is this why the kingdom was empty? All its inhabitants were slain? None of these options paint a particularly pretty picture, but if this really is the perspective of the night, slaughtering innocent townsfolk, it could begin to explain why we've been hearing so many messages that seem to imply a darker side to our character. What's
Holthok. What's up, dude?
further reinforce this idea that the knight we play as is the one responsible
Green indeed.
is that we actually see
Some people say green's not even a real color, but I disagree.
pass right by him. The only one
Green is a real color.
shady figure who's helped this night along so far. State 7 is our final accessible level. We're in a dark corridor, blocked by
Holthok.
on one side and Scratch on the other,
bastard.
light shining behind him. Seeing as the other way is blocked, we approach Scratch.
My clouds look. Dude, clouds are
So, at whatever point in the story this is,
clouds are up there with hair. As you have seen, I don't really put hair on my characters.
the light which leads us back into the woods.
Oh no, my stream quality's going down.
One of two different
Classic me.
We never picked up the sword. After walking through the forest for a moment, a massive eye appears from the darkness.
Is it still working?
Split-second glance before we're taken to a game over stream. Presumably, that's
What's the stream quality like, Hilthok?
defend ourselves, we perish. So let's come back more prepared. Collecting the sword and going back, we head into the darkness.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Massive
It's pretty much, I'm kind of copying
a night emerges from the darkness.
this artist named Jordan Grimmer. I'm just kind of looking at his images and trying to imagine kind of how he's doing it.
Beside the grass, night turns. Sure, that seems to be a little more of a hopeful ending, but also
It is working cool. Because on my side, it's like giving me warnings. The stream said it's gonna call the FBI on me.
first, there's one last thing
360p? That's something, right?
with the other path blocked. It seems
So my internet I get from
trick here with this
the house. I'm in a trailer. The house is like
trick all called the fall
50 feet away.
and lost in Vivo 2.
The router is on the other side of the house, so add another 10 feet. And I just have like a little signal booster here stuck to my window. And for streaming, it's not the best.
This is just one of many mind freaks that game throws at you, so if you
But one day,
sort of thing, you might be able to investigate further.
and the kids are running around.
Fine,
Settle down, you damn kids.
itself doesn't extend the full width of the passageway. You can simply walk around it. On the other side, you find
Alright.
that really aren't supposed to have made it. The walls fade away and the unfinished exterior of the level reveals itself. Off to one side, there's an object with the word error plastered.
I'm trying to remember, what was I just doing?
3D models that can't properly be loaded or replaced by glowing text that indicates error. Interacting with the error behind the map reveals some more cryptic text.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. Because I mean, I can get, you know, a 1080p video working continuously out here, but upload rates are pretty bad.
Knowing how well hidden
Sometimes, like sometimes it might take
a lot of the stuff in
5 minutes to upload a 3 megabyte image,
these levels,
which
I encourage you to explore them for yourself.
is arresting and crippling and oppressive.
Pretty thorough, and I think we have enough information here to begin trying to piece together a bit of the story found within this unfinished game.
Yeah, this device though,
By the game's very nature,
I'll have to look it up, but it was like a $20 or $30 piece off Amazon that I'm gonna have to give a 5-star rating when I go back and check it out, because it works good. While having multiple other adults on the internet, the same network. Alright, so I need to turn the brightness up on my tablet. Oh, what's happening? This isn't... There we go. Okay. I've turned the brightness up.
That doesn't answer everything. What about the ending, the basilisk and Scratch? Well, I think it goes further than just implying where...
Indeed, a balance must be struck. Okay, I can't erase these. Layering the cloud is weird. When I'm layering any hard object, it's easy. But picturing layering a cloud... You should see my clouds in real paintings, man. They are rough. Oh, buddy, they're rough. They look like water. But that's okay, I'll learn. I'll figure it out. Alright, so... Need more contrast in the cloud shadow. But I also have to remember my son. Here, I'm gonna do a little trick real quick. Wait. I'm gonna make... I'm gonna make a little signage real quick.
Depending on which ending we get, we see each side of the final confrontation, either from the basilisk's point of view of confronting the knight, or the knight's point of view confronting the basilisk. But doesn't my reading...
You wish you could share your art on YouTube? Sorry, there's a big heart that's blocking off the rest of your word. App. What's up, Chris Joshua, aka Pappy Loopy? How much would it cost to get cover... I'm guessing that says cover art for a music project done? It depends on what you want, man. It depends on what you want. Do you want something, you know? I guess I don't really do super detailed stuff anyway. If you're not wanting something crazy, I wouldn't charge you too much at all. I'm also bad about pricing stuff, you know. But describe to me what exactly you need from me. Okay. You guys like my son? Let's see. Alright. Now I need to go find that little picture. I should be running around outside too. It's really nice out. Okay, my sun is up here. That's where the sun should be. But it's like off, you know. This makes it look like the sun is like right there. It's not right there. It's kind of off in the distance, as the sun normally is. Cartoon characters I can do. It's more easier to do them digitally because I have more control of the line work, but that won't stop me.
Basilisk 2000 gives us
Yeah, come up with a solid idea and then let me know. Or it doesn't even need to be a solid idea, or just like
also much like Basilisk.
what kind of music it is too. I think will really influence what the final image will look like.
This reveals some information, most notably the initials BP written in Sharpie at the top of the disc, along with some cursory information about the date.
I'm also not exactly the best designer by any means. I've done some, but characters I can make, as I hope I've made evident in my hundreds of videos. Hundreds of videos I've put on this channel.
Because we're not currently loaded into the level, it's empty. Above that, we have the window where we'll see our actual gameplay with information like our current coordinates and
That does make sense, Heelthok.
that allow us to do things like
Thank you.
lighting, clouds, and foliage, as well as the world in wire.
I actually got into charcoal drawing because of, let's see, this brush. So I started using this brush on this program, I guess almost 2 years ago now, and I was like, oh, it's like charcoal, and then I got charcoal back then and tried it and wasn't too impressed with what I was making, and then I just kind of went crazy with it late last year, and that's kind of pretty much when I started posting all the videos on YouTube with the Goblin series, which started a whole new timeline in my life, if that makes sense. Because it kind of made the idea of being a full-time artist more realistic, even though it's not like I'm making any money or anything, but I'm just obsessed with the idea at this point. So much so that I cannot fail, or else I will die.
This trigger start object also comes with a note leading us to somewhere called Open Sin in yellow. Maybe opening cinematic? Typing that into the console confirms it's loading up.
Pappy, Chris Joshua Loopy, just DM me on Instagram. My name is also ArcNarc on there, and then we can discuss. And thank you, Heelthok. I think everybody should post their art. Even if you fucking hate it, just post it. I mean, you could even do it anonymously. Make a whole different name, persona, and just post it as that. If you don't want to take ownership of it, you can kind of watch your artwork be interacted with from the third person, which is kind of interesting, but just own what you make, man. Do whatever you want. I would like to see what you make, personally. You can go, if you want to share your art to me and a few other people, I do have a Discord channel. It's in my bio on YouTube, and you can just hop in, which would be super cool. And we do share art on there every once in a while. It's a little dead lately, but I think things will start picking up again. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. It's weird sharing, because a lot of 90% of the time I have just no idea what I'm doing when I'm making something. Yeah, dude. Get on the Discord, man. If you want, no pressure. It's there if you want it. You will be welcome with open arms. Man, I am not good at painting and talking at the same time. Alright, so I have clouds, right? Yeah, I'm trying to make clouds. And my sun is over there. Hell yeah, I'll follow you back, dude. You follow me, I follow you. Alright, so the sun's coming there, which means it would be coming over the clouds. So I need more contrast. But I don't want to. Can you see the I guess the contrast is there. Maybe it's just this screen. That doesn't look right. Let's see what pure white looks like against this. That's so bright. I use pure white in so much that I make, and then when I don't use it, it's weird that I've always used it. God, clouds are just, really, it's hard for me to picture form, like 3D form, like I can't see it in my head. I don't really see much in my head, just like sounds and birds chirping and crickets. So picturing a cloudscape, even though I could just look out the window. Okay, I should have just looked out the window. But I'm looking at the bottom of those clouds. These clouds are like rolling over the landscape. Yeah, picturing the form and shape of clouds as light interacts is so weird. Picturing a volumetric lighting system. Some people are capable of seeing those things in their head, though. Not me. Hell yeah. The army has grown by one Hilthok. Trying to load RIT gives us nothing, so we may have to find the other piece of this medallion to uncover what level it's pointing towards. The game so far seems like a fairly normal adventure RPG, but it's scattered. These are puffy clouds. Things that we wouldn't even be able to see if it weren't for our developer abilities. It's definitely strange. It has me curious to continue exploring. For Havenwood, there's not much more to see, but we've been given a good handful of leads to follow, from Taurus to the series. I'd like to start simple. Let's take note of lucky you. Auditorily, I can hear things and I can make music in my head that sometimes, with enough concentration, will appear real, like it'll happen, and then I'll realize it, and then it's kind of like lucid dreaming almost. But imagery, I'd have to explain it as like looking at a specific part of an image for a second, and as soon as I move to something else, that last thing I was looking at, completely all details go away. So like I can see like a blurry, vague outline of something if I really try, but if I try to go into detail on something, it's vague already, and then it's like I have no RAM. I have no mental RAM, because I probably have really bad ADHD, which doesn't help a lot of things. It's really presenting itself right now, actually. Okay, I'm gonna move away from these clouds and work on this, the earth, because it's time for the earth. This painting started out so simple and now it's confusing me.
himself over and over, eventually smoothing into an egg. His night half took the form of water, which flowed in a circle surrounding
Thanks,
the egg
dude.
and turned itself
I'm kind of happy with them.
The final plate is cracked, incomplete.
I could probably get more light going on this part right here, so I'm gonna do that.
This story holds a lot of
Also, this wasn't meant to be something that I'm spending hours on, but it is. That's okay, I'm just learning.
paints the knight as the hero, however.
It'd be nice to just paint these really quick,
My original explanation.
like 20 to 30 minutes. I should be able to have a good
Returning to Crossroads,
rough painting like
couple
this.
landmarks. A small graveyard is planted on the top of a large hill, like the last
But now I'm
graveyard.
talking and distracting myself.
A series of hooded figures stand
Okay,
among the
so
hedges.
this is all that. Do that.
Considering the serpent's curse we heard about in the last graveyard and the serpent enemy found in Havenwood, I would assume the S stands for
No.
serpent cult. Despite their sinister
I already fixed that.
appearance, they're quite friendly, only asking if you've seen their lost holy relic, the holy serpent fang sword. We'll keep an
Okay, I
eye
have
out for
clouds.
closest.
Do I want
Proximity to
this?
Crossroads is a small mossy tower which stands among the trees. A gold staff blocks the stairway, and nestled just behind the tower is a single grave. You guessed it, there's a body under here too.
So I'll show you,
To unfold in front of us, from the tales of the knight and the basilisk to the mysterious serpent cult and serpent's curse.
this guy's thumbnailing and just like quick landscape sketches are so cool looking. So I'm kind of just, I mean, I could just like sit and watch the video. I've watched it before, but it's kind of fun to just look at something and try to pick it apart. That's always how I've learned music. I just listen to something and then figure out how to play it. And in doing so, I have a different play style than a lot of people I know that went to school to play music.
The rest of the town seems dire. An NPC pleads for help. Please help us. My mother is sick and needs healing water. Inside the building behind them, an
So the
NPC
contrast of the background, the far back, trying to understand,
Unfortunately for this family, another NPC does not give us help.
is still darker than the sky.
This place is dry as a bone. Ask someone else. Just outside of town,
And I think my sky is darker than the foreground.
Let's keep an eye out for healing water as we continue. Wandering out into this desert.
I've done some animation.
Doorway half buried in the sand. Inside there's a smiley face emoji.
If you scroll back far enough on my YouTube account, you will find some animations.
Further into the landscape, you can find a
There's one of a cat jumping over this thing, and it's I'm pretty impressed with it still.
desert used to be an ocean
It's pretty cool.
ago. Firmly
I don't think anyone saw it though.
current arid landscape, but also its inhabitants' drought of healing water. Sitting among these ships is a kind of seal or symbol called signy. Elsewhere, we can find a series of massive rivers jutting from the sand. The remnants of
All right.
some long since dead beast.
So maybe
See the rest of its skeleton and its enormous skull.
instead of that, I'm gonna try. What color was that? Sample that color. Nope. That. Okay, let's actually paint something now.
The two NPCs say he's a dangerous prisoner, and the so-called prisoner says, "It's been a rough day at the office."
Yeah, animation.
More NPCs inhabit.
Very rewarding,
We can find one
but
outside a
also
small building on the edge of the desert next to a horse-like
so
creature
much work.
crawler. This NPC says, "All the healing water is gone. I've heard to get some, you have to go all the way to Paletar." We can find more of these crawlers as well, belonging to two bandits who demand your money to pass. Namor is starting to show off just how dire the situation in Mycenae is. With the
There we go. I like that.
So there's nothing too unusual here.
That adds a pathway.
Aside maybe from the smiley face hidden
It leads your eyes somewhere.
Clearly, outside of just the morbid story being told in the game, there's breadcrumbs left by the developers themselves.
Oh, the alien sculpture. I think it was so cool.
Further into these levels. Though we have a
That was
lot
back
of
when I was into
levels to explore at this
Blender.
point, let's hop
I
into
was
Paletar next and
fucking-
see what we can
I was a Blender head, man.
is an even bigger feat.
Trying to get back into it, but
Stone pathways
it's frustrating
structures.
realizing how much I've
The sky
forgotten
is dust. The note for this level is
in terms of efficiency.
this area needs fall protection. And he's right.
But
Fall here, you'll be stuck in it.
yeah, the alien sculpture was cool.
Luckily, we can just no-clip out of it. One of the
And then I learned the whole like the handheld camera look after that Kane Pixels Backrooms video came out, and everyone started making those, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do that too. I made another one of those too. I don't know if I put it on YouTube. There's one with a cat. All right. Alright, let's try to do this.
And an NPC titled Crestfall. It has a 60% darkness rating, which reflected in their disposition. I've given up. You should do the same. Oddly, another NPC.
Yeah, I started doing Blender
This one says,
pretty much right around the start of
what a waste.
the whole coronavirus shit.
Further on, we can find a monk. Welcome, traveler. I'm afraid there isn't much to see of the city nowadays. Another
To that point, I was only working 1 day a week under the radar,
city.
and
Elthar used to be known as the city of the forest. But since the
started making a donut and kind of became obsessed with it.
another stair
I made a bunch.
at a dead end drop, all the healing
Made a bunch of stuff.
the trees have died.
Let's see.
Like Nimor, the drought of the healing water that provides the realm of Mycenae has left this place in ruin and its inhabitants on the verge of destruction. Utilizing our
I don't know where I would have
we can
put
find a traveler in a small cubbyhole on one side of these massive stone structures.
all of my Blender stuff.
Without our ability to fly. Standing next to their boat, they say, "Greetings. Do you seek transport? Cheap rates
Blender
to
stuff.
investigate are
Blender
very odd
projects.
naming convention, but well-noted account as well. The boat here also seems to suggest that there used to be a body of water.
I made this. This was pretty early on.
Magic boat that the traveler
It's a
used
cute
to
little
be
guy.
found. Inside another inaccessible cubbyhole, we find a new weapon, the Serpent Fang. This weapon does a lot of damage and is labeled with one.
This is a fun one.
Darkness. Taking the sword back to the graveyard
Oh, whoops.
crossroads, the serpent cultist
Yeah.
grants us new dialogue. Amazing. You found
I've always liked this one.
Now that it's found an owner,
I thought this one was pretty cool.
I don't know how much I trust that everything will be fine, but it does.
There's really so much. I don't know where
Hellfire
all of it
continues
is.
to stand on the devastation of this world since the drought began.
This one, let's see.
From the cult members to the monks, the issues in the
This little
various
diorama, whatever it might be called.
So I think we may find more answers closer to the source. Let's check.
And I made a little
Mycenae Castle is located in a dark
figure of my buddy. Wait.
sends bursts of light across the landscape and the walls of the ominous castle at the center of the level. Nearby, a pawn shop.
It's so creepy.
On the level reads, starting area okay, outside town needs work, which may just be copying.
That was a fun one.
Two guards stand outside the entrance of the castle. Be on your way. Both have a bit of darkness. Entering into the grounds of the castle, we find more guards. Things
Oh, this one.
tried everything, but the kingdom is locked. Doors into the castle are blocked.
Learning how to
Tower, and a guard waits here too. No one is allowed
use like motion blur in Blender, and then
a quest NPC nearby.
the depth of field too. Might be a little bit too much in this, but
Minotaur. It lives in Krimger Dungeon. We'll have to circle back around to that. No clipping into the castle model itself. We can find a group of characters huddled near the top, lying, wrapped in snakes, overcome by the serpent's curse. It's the king.
these are cool.
The king was
I've always wanted to make something more with these, like make a game or something.
overcome with the serpent's curse.
I've always wanted to make a game, but man,
Misery. The kingdom really is on its last leg. Outside
I
the
tried
tower,
that.
there are a couple things.
I was like, dude, there's so many different things. If I don't focus on one thing, I'm never gonna finish a single thing in my life.
Stole my clothes and axe. This is a freaking sweet reference to Morrowind.
Where's all the rest of my projects at?
Shout out Morrowind. In the hills surrounding the castle, we can find an NPC
Oh, well.
who says, "I'm not afraid of mountain trolls. I'm from Wakelita Summit. We have real trolls out there." And sure enough, we can find a mountain troll enemy standing among the hills nearby. Mycenae Castle reveals just how close this realm is to the brink of collapse. And though, again, we do have a laundry list of other levels we can
No.
load up, I think for the purposes of this video, Wakelita Summit is the perfect next level to explore. Wakelita Summit is a frozen winter forest all surrounding a towering mountain. Though the level is impressive, the note reveals that the publishers were pushing it to be cut from the game, possibly turning.
I don't know why the audio is not coming up.
Nearby the base of the mountain, there's a log cabin with an NPC and their dog. Be careful if you plan on going up the mountain.
All right, dude. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Exploring the forest surrounding
I will catch you next time.
door built into the hill called Mine Tunnel End. Though there is no mine in this
Yeah, post it, man.
the other level.
No pressure. Don't even worry about it.
Further into the woods, we
But,
find an icy monolith.
Just share it anyway, dude.
Percent darkness rating.
There's no reason not to.
That's because it's very
But no
reminiscent
pressure.
of when we find Basilisk's nest.
What?
Continuing our exploration,
Oh.
we find a clearing
I'm busy right now.
seemingly a potential boss battle. Along the mountain itself, the path on the side winds around, giving us a full view of the below as we ascend.
Dang old kids.
Again,
Probably want to go jump on the trampoline.
there are two plates like the ones found in Chapel 00 here as well. A dying, choking howl echoed through time, though no one could hear for it was so long and so deep as the rumblings of the earth itself. It died one day, and the silence could be heard. Its absence was noticed by all. These plates lay beneath a massive
Okay.
of stone labeled Broken Moon. Here's where our
See.
developer tools come really handy. If you move this object out from being embedded in the mountains into the sky, a new level begins loading, titled Moon. Moon is very different. The first thing you'll notice is that the environment expands over the whole screen. The dev UI is gone. The game pops into full screen. Ghostly piano plays as we explore the surface of the
Why is this thing not working? There we go.
Stars sparkle in the inky sky. As far as I can find, there's only one thing of note to find among the craters and dust. Encased in a glowing sphere, there's a strange, almost fetus-like shape. A cold angel rests here. What's most odd about this level, aside from the unconventional way you access it, is the format in which it appears on our screen. Removing the UI
Go here, but a little lighter.
feels out of place, like it wasn't intended to be a part of the game, but instead something the developers added to the level editor itself. In addition to that, it doesn't appear to have any direct connection with the world of Mycenae or the story of the game as itself. It's like it was a secret left for someone using this editor, perhaps for another developer to find. And this isn't the only level in the game to do this. The name Taurus was brought up a little while ago.
That'll work.
Havenwood. Loading in here, it's a weird level. Floating in a void, there's a large, shimmering torus shape.
Yeah, dude.
NPC titled NPC David. We've heard that before.
Yeah, I'd like to do more streams, but
A few seconds after he says this, it loads
I have
David Lynch.
not the best internet connection, and most it's hard to sit down and do one thing, like sit down and focus for a long time. Like I usually am like, oh, I'd go do this, and I'd just tinker with a bunch of different things.
David Lynch. Either way, after this clip plays, it loads
Unless I'm doing one of the like charcoal drawing videos, I'm usually pretty good at
full screen.
knocking that out.
Disturbing audio of what sounds like crying plays in the background as we take in the equally horrific environment. Spinning beats, shifting
And I always have long ass video essays playing in the background,
formed into an intersecting
and
pattern of circles. Floating in the air are gray shapes similar to
maybe you can hear that. I don't know.
we have a limited time here before the level boots
But
us
that
out
stopped
into
me
the
from
night.
streaming for a while because I was like, oh, well,
And find that they have messages for us. Bring death back.
am I gonna get like a copyright strike for that?
You are chosen.
I guess there's ways around that, but
It definitely doesn't
what am I
seem
rambling about? I don't know.
intended to be accessible in the
I'm
game's
highly
content.
distracted
So
right now.
Why is it here? Why is it so horrific?
All right,
What are these angels and
what's
what
going
do
on
these
here?
messages mean? Feeding the snake feels like it's a reference to the basilisk, which would draw us back into the game, or perhaps a message for or from
All right,
the developers.
I'm just gonna
being
delete that.
communicated through the game. Moving back to the perhaps more typical levels, the next level I want to look at is found in a bit of an unconventional way. Looking through the various soundtracks in the audio player, you can find a song that hasn't appeared anywhere else as of yet, titled Arena.
Not dark enough.
So let's try loading up Arena. Here we find ourselves in a pretty standard medieval arena. Billboards of crowds watch from the stands as we face down various other fighter NPCs that are spread around the arena. The note here says, I don't think
Making
making
some
the
tunes, huh?
boss again in order is a good idea here, which is just very funny to me. Each of these fighters have unique dialogue, mostly readying for battle.
I made a techno beat the other day for that SpongeBob video
Use a weapon on them to attack
that
them.
I kind of want to expand on because it's kind of
There are entrances where
has some legs, it has some potential.
dead end, but another leads to a system of hallways. One path leads us to a large chamber where another NPC waits for their turn to fight. I can't wait. Another path leads you to an accessible to the audience. Outside the map, a floating axe item can
Alright.
be found as well. Finally, perhaps the strangest thing.
Nope.
Down one of the pathways inside the arena, we can find a door, but it's very out of place. Its textures and rendering are oddly realistic and high res for a game.
Is that contrasted
At
enough?
the very least, the rest of the game we've seen so far, and it's modern.
Some bleep
Totally in
bloops.
the modern alleyway, hallway dropped into the game. The music
Bleep
changes
bloops
to
can be
the
fun.
null string. Concerningly, this door seems to be covered in crime scenes.
No, it's not high contrasted enough.
Not something in the universe of the game. It's a recreation of something real.
Just a
Our
bit
ability to
lighter.
move forward is blocked here by an invisible object.
That's darker.
Skinned in red. Speaking of darker elements in the game,
What's going on here?
Perimeter dungeon mentioned in Mycenae Castle. Let's try looking there. It's a dark, maze-like dungeon scattered with rats and corpses. Interestingly, these rats have a null dark value. Actually, black.
Thanks, dude.
So it's sort of a surprise.
I liked it.
They're not enemies. The note for this level reads, "This area might be too large."
And I threw in the little
Pretty standard for a medieval art.
the little SpongeBob motif.
Unusual things to find here. For instance, here's one of those Hey there. Watch
Okay,
out.
because I tried making just a reproduction of that song,
You might hear a sound.
and it wasn't working, and then
Slowly ascending and descending sound with no
slowly evolved into like a techno kind of thing.
Similarly, down another path, you can hear a strange
which is not my forte.
There are some more typical finds in this dungeon. For instance, this incredibly powerful sword called the Blood Sword, or this
Alright,
massive
I need to
Minotaur
put some
weapon
freaking
chamber.
lighting
Minotaur
on
loot.
this thing.
Not for long. One thing you can find that seems very important to the plot is this error object. It's labeled Object Health Fountain 1 and gives us the text Healing Fountain. It kind of sounds like this may be a solution to the drought of healing water. Further into the dungeon, you can drop down a pit into a room with another one of these plates. Woe upon all who enter here. In the adjacent room, there's a large, important-looking door. However, all it says is door to missing. It seems there was
It's
never
the same
a
color as the ground almost.
Now, there are a few mysterious sounds in here, but mostly it feels like we're progressing through the game's main plot. Bigger weapons, and maybe beginning a solution to the game's conflict. However, when it
Oh,
comes
is it
to
getting
the rest of
windy?
the levels,
Not good.
there are going to be dwindlingly less that are this straightforward, and a lot more that seem to continue exploring these darker elements from the developers. We've thoroughly explored the surface, and it's time to get a little bit deeper. We first discovered waste through a hidden NPC in Palethar, and loading it up, it is not what you might expect out of a medieval RPG. A post-apocalyptic cityscape. Just the null string audio playing, giving the impression of an unsettling ambient wind blowing through the buildings. The note reads TBR, to be removed. This level was never meant to be released. A thin, stretched frame extends around the map. Aside from the ruined buildings and wrecked cars, there's a lot to find here. Some of it is relatively innocuous, and seemingly just Easter eggs from Kira, like this Dark Souls screenshot. Others appear to be remnants of abandoned development, like this error titled Trigger Missing Dead. However, the most interesting stuff to find here is
Yikes, I don't know
angry messages, strange noises, decals of
how I got so stuck on this.
from innocuous messages like data to more forceful ones like
I started out very expedient and good, and then
other means. There are multiple
now I just feel like I'm wasting time on this.
titled NPC question mark with unsettling things to say. I no longer sleep, lest the dreams come true. Every day is the exact same until death. Also worth noting, one of these guys can be found in Crossroads. Doesn't have anything to say, but I didn't realize that until after I'd edited Crossroads. So either way, these developers are going through it. In all seriousness, this does seem to suggest more of something terrible plaguing the developers behind the game, but the details are still too vague. Some of the pieces left here aren't just text either. Under the map,
Oh, what's up, dude?
image of the Basilisk Eye from Basilisk SNES.
I thought you were just streaming. I saw you were live. Why are you here on mine?
Demon pulling at a distraught man.
I'm just here goofing around, dude.
Striking things you can find here.
Congrats on 1,000 subscribers, though.
The first one I found was facing the corner of this dilapidated building.
It's a milestone that once you hit it, you realize nothing changes. Everything feels the same.
Walking into this wall, appearing and disappearing from reality. They look
Unfortunately.
similar to crawlers, but they're definitely different. Another one of these can be found stuck near a wall elsewhere, nearby some text that says unpleasant. And we can find one of these flickering creatures actually wandering through the map, emitting an almost musical drone. Playing through, I'm not 100% sure if it roams the
That
whole
kinda
map
makes
or
sense,
if
right?
there are actually a couple in different parts. Either way, these don't appear anywhere else in the game aside from this map, one that was never meant to see the light of day. Waste really is hammering in the developer's penchant for venting through their development. This place is uneasy and almost cynical.
Hell yeah.
Every day is the same until death. It might almost come across as
Yeah, man.
working crunch time or working
I'm,
9 to 5, but the crime scene tape and mentions of dreams coming true and
Just wasting time
like the moon in a race.
right now while I wait for my laundry.
We're only just beginning to reach deep.
Hoping I can make something really quick, but it's kind of hard to talk and draw at the same
So
time.
what's behind the mysterious Hall of Skeletons?
It's definitely a skill.
This. It appears to be a sort of Easter egg, a place where developers just mess around to be funny and leave it to be found by players. This isn't super uncommon in games, especially
Right.
in this era, to have a fun little developer secret. David B is even here scolding the designers.
It's fun to watch the number go up, but you kind of realize
And this is really just a personal preference aside.
it's the same like 10 people that I see are
Playing this
actually interacting on a proper level, you know.
It does break things when there's a bunch of late 2010s memes.
Sometimes someone new will come by,
The Hall of Skeletons was a little bit hard
but
to find. Though it took
it's kind of been the same cast
it is one of the first places
of
you
people
find
leaving
If it
nice,
felt
beautiful
maybe
comments.
like a secret from Kira themselves instead of Alan from 2000, I think it would be less jarring. But that's just more of a nitpick and maybe the only one I have for this entire project. Either way,
I
Hall of
can't
Skeletons
picture where the light
is
would
important,
hit.
outside of being yet another example of explicit remnants left by the developer.
Yeah,
But
it's
you can find even more of these by looking back at our
insanely distracting,
office
but I would like to be able to do it better.
spawn into an uncharacteristically non-medieval Instead,
Like, I don't think I've made any progress on this at all since I started this stream.
presumably the employees. The front door leads to missing and often
And not only that,
down
but
the
now I
opposite
can't
hall,
process
there's a small room with a poster. Work, work, work. Further down the hall,
things on the canvas here.
is filled with
Because I'm thinking of words.
work-centered posters and NPCs who all stand
What a skill that is to have.
Call of Skeletons. This seems
Gotta
to be
develop
a
that.
secret designed for players to be able to find, recreating the Dev King's office. Each one introduces themselves by name and
Wait,
what
what?
they do.
What is that?
Hi, I'm Alan. I made all the models used in Battlefield
Okay.
2000. I am very tired, LOL. Hey, I'm Cassie. I do the animation and make the AI in Battlefield 2000. A few of them have some...
That looks like a good contrast.
Greg, for instance, is titled Greg NPC Dead and has 0 health, along with a 100% darkness rating. David B, the man himself, has a 50% darkness rating as well. It is also here where we learn just exactly who David B is.
Yeah, no doubt on that, man.
How you doing? I'm David Bunch. I'm the chief engineer and manager for Basilisk 2000. Though this area seems like an innocuous Easter egg,
It is fun seeing a new face, too, though.
on the wall is a low-res photo of the office with the text, "I want to leave being in yellow. His desk also has a note that reads,
Alright.
"So sick and tired of this."
This is a 3D space, and the sun is coming from up there. We can see the sun clearly.
Very cheery as they're trying to portray. But perhaps most concerning
So if
is
it's
what
beating down,
David B's desk. A low
and this is
quality
a
gun
mountain,
not going to keep taking it.
then
Object is named just in case. Something is clearly very wrong with the development of this game.
there we go. That's how it would look.
Multiple employees
It's hitting
tweeting about burning the place down.
the
David B
flat
either
parts.
considers taking his own life or everyone else's. And unfortunately, we can find out exactly which one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
All the NPCs health to 0.
A little trail going.
A new level is loaded. We are reloaded into a darker version of the office. The echoing sounds of gunshots can be heard.
Yeah.
Blocked by chairs. In the bathroom, Dave, not David B, is hiding. I can't let him find me. Patches of blood stain the carpet. In the computer room, the rest of the employees are scattered across the ground, dead. David is nowhere to be found. Each of their bodies hold dialogue that seem to have been their last words. Interestingly, Greg's is, "I should have expected."
That looks pretty cool.
The note on George's desk now says, "I didn't do it, please." This all but confirms that this was, in fact, David B's doing. It's very unsettling to sit among the carnage. It's stark and stomach churning. The biggest question here is whether or not this is David B, an
How long do you spend on
unhappy dev team, living out
How long do you
his
spend on your
caused
drawings?
by his depression or anger at the development and the team, or if this is a recreation of David actually.
So you go into pretty good detail on them,
about burning the place down, but specifically pointed out that they wouldn't
and you do it
Similarly,
daily.
the ballistic door with police tape found in arena seems to suggest
And I know what that feels like. It get kind of old.
we still need answers. And I think
So
the best
either you're very fast,
following this
or you just have
particular- Let's load up Lee.
a more lenient schedule than I do.
It's an airport. The starting area is small and barren, just a few blank terminals. Planes sit on the runway outside, along with some buildings. The note
Yeah, it's kind of why I'm practicing them.
to do. It almost seems like it's implying that what David B did in office.
I like making characters, but
afterward.
man, there's just nothing that beats a good landscape.
A plane is crashed into the ground.
Everyone loves a good landscape.
Description of this object reads, Doris drowns in doubt. It's almost disturbing.
Oh yeah, that's
This
fast.
file space has been dedicated to the darkest thoughts and perhaps even actions of its developers. It's like the development completely went off the rails and instead became a place to vent the deepest, most frightening parts
Impressively fast, actually, because
of this game's development. We have a couple levels here to start. The name Exception
unless I'm using
comes from
traditional materials,
offer to arrive there. It doesn't have quite
I just can't.
the other level names do.
Not with digital. Unless I have a timer on. Like it's like, oh, I gotta go to work.
It's a testing map. The note for the level reads,
Then,
"Your
you know.
desk looks okay. David Sue."
But also, I don't go into anything super detailed.
A few small pieces of architecture, like these columns and a few
You go into more detail than I do.
pictures used for lighting. Another is titled Greg Dead with the message, "Get to work." Blah blah blah. Yet another gives us the text, "Alan is tired." No more venting from the developers. So slightly more innocuous, except perhaps Greg being dead. Aside from this, the only other disquieting thing to be found.
God, I
is
hate
the
these
third area of the map
so much that I love them.
called Lonely Holes Do Not Use, which is a sort of windy
I meant to say that the other way around.
about the naming convention of
I love
the
them,
is that
but
it
I
does
hate them.
suggest an exception 1 through 7 as well.
Because I should just be drinking water, like normal.
Exception 7. Just like its counterpart, Exception 7 is
Okay, I have this little background now. I'm gonna group these.
different little environments set up around the map. For one, a series of textureless items
The laundry is the time,
places, pillars, gravestones,
and I have about another 20 minutes.
floating above them all,
And then
like
I'm gonna go draw outside because it's nice out.
moon and a race.
Probably after a quick trampoline sesh
Mostly like an ultrasound. It's titled Sun.
to get my body moving.
Buildings is nearby, set up as a mock-up village. A serpent enemy stands by a building with the text, "I am an enemy." Then, outside each door are a series of NPCs, all with
Maybe I
the
can
same
make this lighter.
I am a knight of some sort. A comically squished character
This
says,
one will be lighter.
Seems like a place to test NPCs. Another, smaller mock-up village is also nearby, with various NPCs who
Aren't you in, like,
tell you that they're completed. One says, "The quest is done."
the other side of the world?
Again,
Isn't it a whole different time of the day than
this level has one secret that is really an
myself?
important point for
Ooh, the red mountain.
developers. It begins to shift everything towards a much more disturbing path. A small textureless cube sits in the very corner of the map. It's easy to miss and seems fairly unimportant. When you walk
Even
in,
lighter than that.
however, an image flashes.
Yeah.
A blurry photo of an empty office and a bloody shape.
Oh, dude, drawing outside is the best.
The basilisk from the game.
If you have a nice spot. Luckily, I live in a spot where I can just go outside and there's a whole forest right here.
Office this game is being developed in. How did it fail? Did it come out of the game, or is it the opposite? Is the game being made
Although if I go out there, then the kids are going to hassle me.
seemingly very rare to get this cube to spawn when loading Exception 7? After the image disappears, so does the cube, and the crying sound from Erase begins playing. If you see the cube once, you're not likely
We got some clouds out right now. I should be looking at these clouds for references, but also the trailer windows are only. Oh, it's like really cloudy. Oh, yeah. You'll probably see the light decrease in the webcam here.
off-putting air to it, a desolate, dark city with a nebulous sky. The note here says, "This area TBR, still not important enough to relegate disk space. David B." That name carries a darker weight.
Does this look right?
Printed on the skybox is a piece of text that says, "I'd die 1,000 deaths if I could die with you." Throughout the city, the doors into these buildings are
Does this look like a picture?
inside these buildings, though, in a strange way. Throughout the
If you
map,
saw this image, would you be like, "Oh, that's a landscape painting"?
the effect
That makes sense. Or am I not looking at something right?
superimposed, tracked to the camera and parallax, but just a little off. They all appear to be
Where's my
located in the
clouds?
same place, just
Where's my
different
clouds?
parts of it. Rooms filled with water, dimly lit halls. There's actually a load trigger behind one of these windows. Trigger load hallway, though no
Sea cows? That's not what I meant to type.
like there was a plan to load
Not
these
cows.
see through these windows, but that level was never created. There are also remnants of other pieces of the game, such as a killer player sitting behind the door and a mirror standing in for a butcher shop sound effect loop.
Alright, let's figure out how to do these clouds, dude, because
Most interesting though starts with this statue of the torn knight. The figure
it would be nice to have.
and when you get close enough, sound plays. Almost like we've activated.
Maybe the sky's too dark?
Continuing to explore, a brick wall near one of the shops also activates another sound. We're onto something. Right around this vent in the ground at the end of the hall, another sound activates. Then
Some
there's-
fog.
Then there's no more sounds to be found. It's strange. but
Yeah.
there is one final place.
That's,
The final trigger is here, around the window peering into the room filled with water. After wandering this area,
I'm not sure how to get a fog that would match this aesthetic, though.
Actually, this creature. It's a headless figure called NPC Headless Dead with 100% darkness.
Oh.
It's really unsettling to stumble upon, but what exactly it
Maybe I'm gonna try something
represents
here.
also spawned 2 tombstones.
If I can find.
Seems like nonsense, but running them through an AMSCO cipher, you get a string of text. My attempt at translating the string of text reads, "I don't think it was me, not the murderer. What if I was the murderer?" The only person I can think of who may be a murderer is David B. So did he really kill his coworkers? Or maybe not. Maybe his questioning of this fact leads to the idea
That doesn't really work, does it?
or perhaps even David B doesn't know. His conceptions of reality and fantasy blur. The other tombstone translates to
See what happens if I do this.
I didn't just happen. Maybe I did. But it was the perfect basilisk. Again, there's this line here questioning his concept of reality. Did he just happen upon it or not? But most interesting is that this seems to once again refer to the basilisk. If we're saying this is David B,
Let's do this, and I'm gonna convert this to a paint layer. I just want to see what this looks like. No,
with all its
that's not the way to go.
still does very little to explain what's going on. It's pushing us in the right direction, but
I need like a gradient maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna look at a reference.
remember that broken talisman, the one with RIT written on it? Where's the other end of it? What is
By reference, I mean I'm gonna copy
there isn't.
this guy Jordan Grimmer
I do think I read somewhere that the other half was actually intended to
by
appear
looking.
and it was accidentally left out, but I'm not sure. Either way, for a medieval game about myths and monsters and cults, one word does come to mind immediately. Ritual. Ritual is a barren, red wasteland. Some buildings sink into the dirt, skeletal trees sparsely populate the cracked ground, and a massive serpent enemy stands at the base of a mountain. It seems like this is the final boss fight. The boss is titled the Torn Basilisk, which is interesting considering the name of our legendary hero, the Torn Knight. Surrounding it are various triggers. Most appearances activate a different phase of the boss fight, but one activating the boss theme, Basilisk Fights. It kind of goes hard. But the note for this trigger says, George, this track will not fit the theme. Did you not even read my script?
Oh, there's two different screens.
Flipping through the ground are a series of 3D computer models laid out in a line. Each one has a note read from left to right. Watching videos of that project gives me strange feelings. Like, I miss it, but at the same time, it was kind of traumatic.
There's like a step I feel like I'm missing.
And now it's part of something I don't even like.
And
I'm proud of the work I did on it. I guess that's
it has to do with the way the background blends in with the foreground.
And then looking back and missing it, but also hating it. It's sad. But I guess I have it to look back on. I don't know where I'm going anymore. What am I doing? Why am I even writing this? My whole life is spent living in the past. I don't know any other way though. Sometimes I want to
Yeah, I don't use references too much, but
feel like I should have died a long time ago. I'm living on borrowed time.
I think I want to use them more.
I'm tired of it.
At least in stints.
Ignore me, please.
Sometimes it'll just
It's possible these were left by one of the
kind of
developers.
stop me from making freely.
As you've seen their unhappiness.
But also,
The writing doesn't
um,
fit in the late 90s, early 2000s
when it comes to like
so it's possible this
body
is
parts
like
and real looking things,
so.
I find it immensely helpful.
So we'll be coming back to it later. Going back to the boss fight, if we set its health to 0, it loads us
Starting to get a pretty good grasp on how faces work, at least slightly abstracted. But body parts and how they fit together and have weight and mean something on the canvas, that's very difficult. Let's try adding like something like this. I'm not mad about that. I kind of like that.
So, it turns out the Torn Knight was the Basilisk, and the creation myth we read was sort of a lie, a twisted version of the truth. This version of events also seems to suggest my theory about Basilisk for the SNES holds a bit more weight. I also think it's notable that the phrase shedding its dead skin is used here, but that will mean more later. So, we've reached the end of the game, it seems. The Basilisk defeated. What more is there to find? Well, we may have the answers to the plot within the game, but we still aren't much closer to understanding the world outside it. What happened to David B., the development team, this real-life Basilisk? Well, there is one more thing to find here in Ritual. At the edge of the map, a skinned NPC hangs from a tree.
Yeah, clouds don't make sense.
The description, it's all my fault. It's all because of the color equals yellow and
Because it's such a big scale, right? And you're picturing
removing the color from
something that's essentially,
yellow suggesting his
formless,
and running the text through a rock.
unless we're looking at it and the way the light bounces over it.
By my estimation, this is sort of the finale, the climax of the
And there's like folds, and they're practically just like big hillscapes and mountains but you can see the underside of them. And I think that kind of messes it up. I guess trying to picture large bubbles makes it a little easier. Shit, Andy's room had some sick clouds, dude, if I remember. Oh, I guess these could almost be trees, huh? Ooh, how would I do a tree? Probably not the best brush for that. What would be a good brush? I want to see.
Back in the exit room, we now find the door to the right is open. Inside is a dark cave, made either out of moist rock or meat. A crackling sound plays, along with a looping, monstrous rumbling, and what almost sounds like breathing. It's like this place is alive. That's run 2. From here, we head back to the evidence room. Fuck that. Making our way back to the scene. What the fuck was that? It's gone in a second, but looking back, it appears to be some kind of skinless torso. That is the last of the new things I could find within events, at least that appear from wandering back and forth. But there are a couple pieces of hidden text here. The first piece of hidden text appears if you approach the wall to the right, just upon entering the evidence room. Encrypted text appears for just a moment before going away. We'll decipher that in a moment. The next piece of text can be found scrawled on the wall just as you come out of the evidence room. You can actually see it being written out, as if by a ghost. 1 skin, 1 arm, 1 leg, 3 rib cages. Huh, interesting recipe. Okay, as for the encrypted text, it's actually an anagram. Remove the letters for the term color yellow, indicating this will be a level name, and we get an anagram for within it. This is the final level of the game. Within it is another full-screen data mosh type level. This time, we're on a platform.
God, how would I... Not enough definition back there. Let's take a gander at this again.
After falling for a while, text does appear for a split second, and it might be some of the most important text in the whole game. First, there was a carapace to protect the frail workers from outward influence, but certain chambers became unused, abandoned, and neglected. In one such, a deprived soul
I wonder...
was born in or grew within. They sought to
Let's see. Let's try...
life and work within the carapace, to shed old skin, to gleam anew in fresh violence and terror. The residents sought Superior, gradually accumulating undulating from transience. The skin of one, the bones of another, one twisted arm, one broken, and the text eventually cuts off. There's a lot there. Right from the start, it seems to be talking about the dull work of the developers, which we've seen brought up time and time again. Perhaps this deprived soul is David B. growing more and more restless until his outburst of violence, but what's really strange is the recurrence of this recipe, the skin, the bones. It's like they're making something. And we will get back to that, but for now, there are a few more pieces of the puzzle to find. They're just outside the game. Now that we've exhaustively explored the contents of the game, let's rummage through the game's folder. First,
No, I don't think blurring the midground is a good idea.
more than just the game. 16 times the detail, the SNES Classic introduces new advanced AI. Umbra AI creates all new systems so NPCs can know when they're about to die. Despite this Umbra AI system sticking out a bit, there's not really much else to connect it within the game.
It got really cloudy all of a sudden.
The README file for the game also gives us some pretty helpful context.
Alright.
It starts with some notes from David.
I'll just focus on these cacauds.
Basic engine is looking good. We should have a prototype ready by August, but I'm still not sure we can pull off the Christmas 2000 release. Again, the scope is out of hand. The mechanics are kinda there, but everything is too random. I added a feature for a notepad sort of thing.
Alright.
So hopefully that will help us.
Picturing clouds.
AIM seemed like a good idea, but now you're all just wasting time chatting on it. This game doesn't ship on toast, so please, for me, pull it together. Thanks, and I'm sorry. I still love this project. Then there's an addendum added by Kyle Tubman from 2020, seemingly around the time.
Okay, I think I kind of see
I guess the dev team didn't meet their goal, or the publisher wasn't impressed, but there's a lot here to
how the light.
previous Basilisk game on Super Nintendo. This game wasn't finished and has strange features that are half removed. I don't know if it's supposed to be a direct sequel or a spiritual successor, but since the first game wasn't released, I've dug up as much as I can on the project, but nothing about it is archived, and I got really lucky finding this disc on eBay. There wasn't any overlap in the development teams for the previous game, but I think some of
Is
the
the
I tried to get in touch with
contrast in the clouds? Can you guys see that?
found just gave me a busy line every time I called. We can also find a video file.
It's so light. I don't really know if it's working.
Though the name here says Victor Laurie, Kira has confirmed that this is supposed to be David B's screen. We can see an instant message conversation going on, but the fact that we see a program called
They look like big
Chat.exe
pancake
running
bubble
means that
things,
David B is spying in on this conversation, not participating.
which is a vibe for clouds.
Hey, I think something is wrong with David. The texture guy, David Seuss, he's great in my opinion. No, I mean David B. You know, he was the one who found that body downstairs. That was like 10 years ago or something. It must still be bothering him. He's still obsessed with the incident. Yeah, I can tell too. Maybe it's just his way of coping though. I'm not just scared for him. He could be dangerous. Like, fire us? I think he keeps a gun under his desk. It's difficult. I don't know. Let's just get this project done and then we can ask HR. Yeah, I guess. I might just be a little paranoid too. I get it though. This chat is secure, right? I think
They almost look like pixel art clouds for some reason.
Alright, I got you. This really does reinforce a lot of what we've been thinking about David B. His possession of a gun in real life does seem to make this
Oh.
his actions seen in the dark office seem a bit more likely, along with his paranoid behavior causing him to spy on
Oh, I'm gonna try something here.
their worry about his mental instability. We also get a pretty intense revelation. 10 years
I wonder
before
if I add
David B found a body inside the same office they're working, and he's
a
been
gradient.
ever since. Is it possible David did more than just find this body, considering all the talk of building something with body parts? Maybe this body is the same one we see falling toward us in events. Again, I do want to get back to these questions, but there is one final thing. Inside the game's files, there's a locked zip file with no title. Using the password SKIN found in Arena by the blocked office door, we can unlock an SMC-ROM file, the same type of file used with the SNES.
I wonder if that gradient looks better.
It's titled Basilisk Early Build for Movies. We find ourselves in the now familiar darkness of the woods, though the floor here is untextured. Walking again into the woods, we find a new floating
I think I do know where a gradient would look really good though.
all the way back here. That's when it started out.
Here.
Create the true basilisk. They started with a man.
Maybe not.
Most of them called him a monster. They thought to make his outside as dwarf as his inside. They started with the skin. They had to go first. Little by little, they removed almost everything until they finally made it. The true basilisk. The true monster. And they kept it, fed it, poked it, and unfortunately.
Okay, I kind of like that.
They locked it up, and the worst of all, they forgot it. But it lived.
Let's see.
At least in the back of David's mind, it did. Or was it David all along? Or did he use help to keep
Oh no, I have to get my laundry soon.
work in the same office with him? Or was it all just a nightmare? He couldn't remember. He didn't want to either. But it lived. And it will live. And it will grow.
Is this a whole ass image yet? I don't know.
Then the game closes. These last few levels not only kicked up the horror of the project,
I feel like I'm missing something in the sky.
questions that have been mounting throughout our time frame, but things are still a bit jumbled.
The sky is not done.
So, Basilisk 2000 was a fair bit denser than its SNES counterpart, which means there'll be a little bit more to uncover here. I'll try my best. I think to understand
Maybe I should add more clouds.
inside the game,
Doy.
for instance, with the development of those games or the Basilisk, you need to understand
Or maybe like,
what the Basilisk games are and how they connect, because there seem to be a lot of intentional parallels between the outside story and the inner story of the game. So I think my first explanation of the story in Basilisk SNES is pretty spot on. An evil knight destroys the kingdom, and in his bloodlust brings his sword upon himself. In the future, he's known as the Torn Knight because of his duality as a man and a monster, but also because
what the hell is that supposed to be?
this was the start of a new world, and his destruction became a
Giant birds. Giant McDonald's signs in the sky.
It just started.
Not what we want.
Though things were good for a while, the Torn Knight's influence slowly grew, as did the Serpent's curse. The healing water dried up, and more people became afflicted with the curse, turning them into serpents.
Alright, where's my clouds?
There's even a small cult growing, trying to help this along. This blight becomes so dire that the king of Mycenae is killed by his advisors and guards after he is infected with the curse. In the end, the knight returns as the massive Torn Basilisk. At the end of Basilisk 2000,
Yeah, it could be a done image.
destroys the Torn Basilisk.
Oh, that's what I want to add.
However, it's unclear if this
Was
is
a
another twisting unreal. A hero's myth.
little dude
For now, though, we must choose to believe this moment. With our basic
that will go in this group.
underway, we can begin diving into the world outside the game, piecing together the events surrounding its development. To start, I think it's important to explain a few crucial connections that serve as the foundations to understanding the
God, my brushes are just.
The first thing to understand is the gap between Basilisk SNES and Basilisk 2000.
Let's go
Not
dark.
only were both games developed by separate teams, as stated in the README, but their development was separated by about 10 years. The SNES came out in 1999, and as the README confirms what you might expect, Basilisk 2000 was being developed in the year 2000, slotted for a December release, giving us a 10-year difference. Going back to the chat logs found in VID, we hear that 10 years ago, David B., the lead engineer and project manager of Basilisk 2000, discovered a dead body in the basement of the very same office they're developing their game. This timing seems too coincidental. Whatever happened 10 years ago with this body is linked with the development of the first Basilisk game, and it was probably being developed in the very same office. And for whatever reason, David B. was there. Though the README does state that both games were being developed in the process, David B. was final round, or that they're not counting the projects for whatever reason. Then just saying the other different. Either way, David B. discovered this body around the time Basilisk SNES was being developed. But there's still a lot of questions surrounding this whole ordeal.
Okay.
So the next thing to discuss in order to get into
Actually, arms are longer than
exactly what this body is. Explaining the body is what takes this story from a simple case of overworked game developers to a tale of something entirely supernatural. The body David B. found in the basement all those years ago was the vestiges of a truly
Okay, now there's a little hiker.
creation. It's spelled out pretty clearly by the error in the final SNESy ROM. They started with a man. They sought to make his outside as warped as his inside. They started with a skin. They had to go through.
But
Little by little,
the hiker
they removed almost everything until they finally made it a true basilisk. Then they locked it up,
needs
and worst of all, they forgot it. But it lived, at least in the back of David's
a gradient.
It was some sort of horrific experiment. Some group or mage
Nah,
took a man,
not a gradient.
someone by who all accounts was known as a figurative monster, and attempted to form him into a literal one by tearing him apart alive. All of this in an attempt to create a basilisk. Now, in traditional folklore, a basilisk is a serpent with a stare that can kill, but the concept of the basilisk evolved a lot throughout the years, especially in contemporary times. For instance, with the ever infamous, in my opinion, very incoherent Roko's basilisk thought experiment. In the terms of this project, the basilisk seems to represent both a creature of great evil, but also one that is inherently apparently implying the concept of creation. This thing didn't just come into being. It was created, formed intentionally by some group, by splitting open an evil man. This mirrors quite accurately the story within the game, where a monster of a night is split in two, forming into an actual monster by the end, the Torn Basilisk, which ends up being the
Let's probably
creation myth.
put a little shadow on him.
In addition, there was a specific set of circumstances which led to this creation. For the games, it was a time of famine. For the real world, it was a bit different, and maybe more vivid. Within it, it says quite clearly that inside of the carapace was a boring day-to-day of life and work. Considering other consistent themes of uninspired creative work and frustration with development, it could be said that it was a sort of famine of creativity, where the act of creating was a grind and a slog. Like the world of the game slowly
Little dudes are integral, dude.
passion for the project. And so, in a twisted way, the disturbing creation of the basilisk is like the opposite of violence.
It's fun adding little characters.
Unrestrained form of creation. What's strange, though, is the subtle differences in the accounts of Within It and the ROM. Within It supposes this was created by
Okay, I might actually like this picture.
stimulating body parts. One skin, one arm, one leg, 3 rib cage. The ROM suggests something
It was a good practice.
torturing one deprived soul.
Let's see.
I think this is where
I want to add a few little.
two arrows, and it also begins to spell out more
Oh,
what
Jesus
happens
Christ! Why is it so?
and the strange full screen. When the error in the final ROM talks to us, it
Oh.
tells us that this is where it started. It started during the development of Basilisk SNES in 1999. Some group, in my view, the developers of Basilisk and SNES itself, attempted to create a real
Some
Basilisk.
details since we're close to this spot.
The aftermath of this likely causing the premature end of the SNES game's development. What's not entirely clear is how literal this actually is. It's actually quite unclear whether David B. was involved with its creation, or just stumbled upon it, or in fact was the subject of it. What if I was the murderer? It may not be possible to actually know for sure. For the sake of this explanation,
Oh,
we'll say
you know what
that
else I need
stumbled
to?
upon
Because that
is
doesn't look
actually
right.
the literal turn of events we hear about. It's more symbolic than anything. As we see from Vid, David B. becomes sort of obsessed with this event. But as is explained in the text from Within It, whatever caused the attempt
Do the little gradient.
in 1999 was at bay for him. With the development of Basilisk 2000, the dev team was protected. Within this protection, this carapace, though, the developers became unhappy, and the work became a chore. All the while, one soul who was still invested in the creation of this
Then
grew more
I'm gonna
and more
try.
more and more violent. David B. was still obsessed with what he had seen with the event, and moreover obsessed with recreating
Yeah.
to create a basilisk
Yes.
himself. But let me explain my reasoning for this characterization. Firstly, we note that the copy of the level editor that we have is
Okay, actually, I don't like that.
This seems to mean that these segments that seem out of place in
Where's my dude?
race were added by David B. And it makes
Dude.
more
Oh, there you
sense
go.
when you understand the context of them. Knowing David B.'s obsession with the body, one which was apparently skinned and tortured, who else would put a vision of a skinned body appearing before him? This makes the contents of events some kind of recreation of the event when David found this body, this thing that has been haunting him. It is a little surreal and strange, with things appearing and disappearing, so in my view, these full screen levels are like recreations of David's dreams or nightmares or visions.
There needs to be a gradient in the sky, though, right? Because the sky isn't just
Unhappiness and even violent fantasy from time to time. No
one
one
solid color.
will quite as well as David B. As a soul who
I do have a gradient there.
seeks to break the monotony of the work. He's constantly depicted as being creative,
But
possessed,
maybe there should be a dark gradient.
frustrated with his coworkers, and has a much more real tendency to violence, even keeping an actual gun under his desk, just in case. Another parallel is found in the
Ooh, that's
final
moody.
run, where it explains with uncertainty how David is involved. Was he a victim, contributor, just a bystander? Did it happen at all? If this incident is what birthed this need to create a basilisk himself, then we see this mirrored when we hear about the uncertainty of how this deprived soul came to be, slipped in, or was born in, or grew in.
See, the major problem
Through this lens, the
is there's
basilisk
just too much on the right side.
is a long-term thing. David has seen the body, has seen the basilisk, and that transferred this ultimately destructive obsession to him. He sees the body in his vision of the event, is called to make a new basilisk himself in a race, bring death back, to feed the snake. You are chosen, and is given the exact recipe for creating one. In fact, as for the moon, I think it's probably related to the analogy of the carapace and Within It. When it's in the sky, a cold angel rests, protected. Perhaps perhaps some inner part of David, or perhaps the very thing that was imparted onto him when he found the box. When it was broken, however, it was released and screamed in agony and begged him to bring death back to feed the snake. So, David is under the stress of a difficult game development project and of supernatural trauma visions coaxing him into murder and necromantic alchemy. And the visions seem to be working, as he is getting drawn further into violence, even keeping a gun at the office. So the question is, did he finally break? Are the events of Office a recreation of something real, or simply another extension of David's mind? I don't think we have the answer to that. We have to remember, this is David's disc, and pretty much the only thing we know about David is that he's an unreliable source of his own reality. It's possible he doesn't even know if he did it or not. I don't want to discount the supernatural element of this disc, though. While it is unclear how much has been added by David, at the very least, the message
Yeah, dude.
of these old ROMs
DM me. We'll see if we can work up.
perhaps the original group who created the Basilisk for the SNES, or maybe something more unexplained.
I'm down to clown, brother.
Something that travels with them inside the files and code from person to person, game to game, like the soul of the Basilisk. Aside just from these mysterious, seemingly supernatural messages left throughout these projects, there's some other evidence to suggest this mystical force following these games. Despite pointing out that there is no overlap between the two dev teams, meaning messages directly from the original Basilisk group
What happened there?
unlikely, it does specifically point out that some of the original game's code was used. That doesn't really make any sense in real life. Copy-pasting code from a SNES game to here wouldn't work. I think this detail is more so anomalous, suggesting that something that was within the original SNES game has moved over into the Basilisk 2000, and that some of the anomalies in this game may not just be from David B, but from this other entity. Perhaps the very same thing that guided the team in 1990 to create a Basilisk, and that would go on to haunt David. Hell, we even see assets from the SNES game appear in weird places, like under the map in Waste. It's food for thought. Okay, so to summarize. In 1990, development of a medieval SNES game begins, Basilisk. For reasons we don't currently have the answers to, the development team, or at least some group associated with the game, begins torturing and skinning a man, turning him into a monster, Basilisk. David B, someone who was working in the same office this was happening in, stumbles upon this creature, and it imprints onto him a sort of obsession, or maybe haunting, something that will only grow as time.
There we go.
10 years later, David B is the project lead on the successor to the unreleased Basilisk game from the 90s. Development is not going well. They're in a time crunch and the work is dull. The game just isn't coming out the way they want it to. Though David is still very invested, possibly due to his connection with the horrific events associated with the IP. At the same time, and possibly aggravated by being close to the project and the frustration of development, this obsession is continuing to consume him. He has visions of the body he discovered all those years ago, and some voice is pushing him to bring it back. He needs to create the Basilisk, but he'll need material, bodies. It continues to consume him as he buys a weapon and keeps it in his office just in case. He fantasizes about biting the bullet, collecting the skin and limbs and ribs needed to create this Basilisk. Whether or not he actually does this is unclear to us. All we have
Does that look right?
where he left some remnants of
That's weird.
and the cryptic messages left by an entity that may be responsible for all of this in the first place. Quick last-minute thought here. While I do stand by my interpretation I gave here, I think there are multiple ways to take this, and I had a brief other thought while editing this. My current one supposes that the order of events is that the final ROM is the beginning, explaining the creation of the Basilisk, and that within its text is talking about David B, meaning the evil monstrous man from the ROM text is different from the deprived soul and within. The deprived soul is David B, the ROM text is about the body of David B.
Okay.
Two different entities, and it goes ROM text then within the text. However, both of these things do describe a single sort of evil person, so it's possible it's all the same guy, and that the order of
I think that works.
is within a text talking about this deprived soul who is then turned into the Basilisk as discussed in the SNES ROM, not the other way around. Or that David B was the Basilisk victim as the final ROM suggests he might be, and is both of them. Anyway, that's a possibility. Anyway, well, the story here is fun and all. And
How would I add?
things about playing through these two games is trying to piece together what happens as you discover more information. There is one more thing about this game that I find really interesting,
Oh,
and that is how this story functions symbolically as a deconstruction of.
there's an idea.
Let me explain. I've already discussed a bit how the Basilisk as an entity begins explicitly associated with creativity. But it's more than just the creature itself. Everything about this game, Foundations and Up, is about
Let's do a...
the game itself is a developer tool, a program used to literally create. The plot follows two teams of developers separated by 10 years, trying and failing to create something. Inside the world of Mycenae, the plot revolves around a creation, a knight who created the world we walk in. The Basilisk itself is a creative pursuit, undertaken by overworked developers who are stuck in their own work, an outlet for their creativity by building a monster. The details
Yeah.
are far more important than the plot. Who did it? How it was made? Who's going to make it next? Than anything
Well, that little
else.
ramp looks kind of weird.
We don't really know anything about this thing, just the horrific process in which it was created. Throughout the game, we are constantly reminded of the process and struggles of pursuing creativity.
Thanks, Brocast.
From Alan's exhaustion
Thanks for stopping by,
to
dude.
models lamenting the love
Enjoy the rest of your
projects gone awry,
night
notes
or day,
complain about ruining the game, the entire waste level, on
whatever time it is where you're at.
less about supernatural
I hope it goes well.
and more about the issues that come along with trying to make something.
And I'm about done anyway.
My view is that this basilisk, this obsession with creating,
Here real soon.
it's about striving for perfection. It's said over and over in this game. The goal here is to create a perfect basilisk. And much like David's goal and attempts at making his game perfect and never being happy with the result, he too becomes obsessed with making this perfect basilisk. It's like the SNES game and the body are connected. He glimpsed the possibilities, and much like he went on to try and recreate the creature he saw, he went on to recreate the game too. They're parallels thematically, the basilisk mirroring the story of developing these games. Creative endeavors that ultimately lead to unhappiness because he needs them to be perfect. Because the thing about a basilisk is that its stare is deadly. If you were to create one, the act of you doing so would kill you. It's an unreachable goal, and it can make you do terrible things to pursue it. Not only does this story end without a project ever finishing, as we see with both Basilisk games never being completed, nearly lost to time, it can also lead to destructive behavior. Obviously, in the case of the actual Basilisk, that means murder. In the games, it meant that David became alienated from his team, and exhibited behavior that made his coworkers afraid of him. In a way, this may too be reflective of his experiences 10 years prior. What if this body was him all along? As the final ROM says, they started with a man, they tortured it, and then forgot about it. But it lives. If this body was David,
Okay.
this would almost sound like an abusive or overworked work environment. Something all too common in the game industry, often defended as what needs to be done to make the game perfect. Just look at Rockstar games. In the pursuit of creating a perfect game, the SNES team exploited David, and when he came out the other side, now as a project lead,
See, now the clouds.
how he sees the world. To create something perfect, you have to make sacrifices, no matter the cost.
Oh,
Thematically,
that was you, dude.
perfectly plot-wise, isn't
I got your DM.
important. It's the impression, the emotion that the game portrays. The creatures mindlessly wandering, stuck in an apocalyptic world in ways
So,
the developers
cloud.
and mind-numbing crunchy run, losing all passion for the project. What a waste. Notes lamenting that they ruined the game. Computers with messages about project data.
There's a bit of a delay, but
Pursuit of
you'll hear your text
self-destruct.
on the microphone.
Quantify perfection. The sacrifices you made, the blood
Alright, you off, dude?
limbs you gave to make it.
I'm about off too. But thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. It's real cool having you here.
Like a basilisk, it's sort of a
And
paradox to even attempt such a task. As
let's
the
see what we
obsession
can make.
apparently means your own destruction.
I'm sure I can make you something.
Pursuit just means the thing you're making never gets finished. The same as what happened to Basilisk and Basilisk 2000. There's an old adage,
Yep.
perfect is the enemy of
Alright,
good.
I'm gonna call it there.
Ask any artist who's completed anything.
I'll hit you up in DM, dude.
Back at
Peace
something
out.
maybe,
Bye.
and all the ways you could have been better.
That's two viewers.
No point in chasing the
Goodbye to both of you. One of them, Chris. Someone else there.
enough and letting it breathe with all its
All right.
flaws in the open. Instead of destroying it,
For real? Okay, bye.
perfect is
See ya.
the word.